Well, guys, after 5 years after the disappointment known as Sonic Forces, we finally get a new mainline Sonic game, Sonic Frontiers. Is it any good? Well, now that I've finally beaten the game and I've completed it to 100%, let's find out. The plot starts with Eggman searching through a cave, and after putting something in, he is sent to a different dimension. We cut to Sonic, Tails, and Amy on a tornado. They are investigating the Starfall Islands until getting sucked up into a wormhole, with Sonic waking up in the middle of nowhere. He's told by a mysterious voice to go fight the Titans in order to save his friends. So it follows this basic pattern for the first 3 islands. Sonic meets his friend, he finds the Chaos Emeralds, and then fights the Titan. Rather rinse repeat 3 times until the 4th island, where Sonic is being consumed by cyber energy, but thankfully is given a hug in order to save him. So him and Eggman make an alliance to stop the end. Oh wait, I kind of forgot about some plot points, so let's just go back. Eggman was trapped in cyberspace with his new AI program known as Sage. As for the end, in the story, Sonic and friends find out about a civilization known as the Ancients. No, not the ones from Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric. These guys were an alien race that conveniently looked like Chaos from Sonic Adventure, who were being attacked by the creature known as the End and left their home planet with the power of the Chaos Emeralds. And they have Cocos inside of them, which are kind of like their lasting memories. So after you defeat the 5th Titan, normally that would be the end of the game's story, but if you played it on hard mode, you get the true ending, where Sonic and Sage team up to defeat the End, with Sage sacrificing herself, and it's easily one of the best cutscenes in the game that I'll talk about in a little bit. Sonic and friends leave while forgetting Big in the process, and we get a post-credit scene of Eggman bringing back Sage to life. So that's the story, and honestly, it's pretty good. What carries the story for me are the character interactions. Tails views himself as pathetic because he hasn't been able to do much as of late, especially in Sonic Forces, but Sonic brings up all the good times that Tails has been able to help him out. And I also liked Sonic's interactions with Knuckles, as you feel like they're rivals but also have great respect for one another. Also, if you want to know why Knuckles is on the island, go watch Sonic Frontiers Prologue Divergence. It's actually a really well animated short, and is also a good insight into Knuckles as a character. Then with Amy, I also liked how with Amy's interactions with Sonic, they felt natural and didn't really feel like Amy was swooning over Sonic every chance she got. Now, in order to unlock these cutscenes is by collecting memory tokens, so I don't really mind it because I really enjoy these interactions between the characters, but the best part of this game's story is easily, without a shadow of a doubt, Eggman and Sage. They have this father-daughter relationship, and it actually works really well. You buy the relationship, and I also liked how with Sage, she brings up that working with Sonic would actually help Eggman because of the past events in the previous games, but because of his own ego, Eggman doesn't do anything until the very end. And when Sage sacrifices herself, you feel the emotions that Eggman is going through. Without any dialogue, you see the pain that is on Eggman's body, and it's just so well done. And the voice actors also do great performances. I have no issues with any of their performances. They all did great. What helps is the writing by Ian Flynn, who wrote the Sonic IDW comics. Now, I haven't read all of them, but what I have read, it's pretty good. And his writing makes all the characters feel like the characters we know and love, and because of that, the voice actors feel like the characters. This is the best Sonic writing we've gotten since Sonic and the Black Knight. Hey guys, I forgot to mention this, but at the end of the game, Amy references Styx the Badger from Sonic Boom. So does that mean that in the mainline series they have their own version of Styx? Oh, and also while I'm at it, they also reference the Babylon Rogues from Sonic Riders, which is really cool, and Tangle from the Sonic IDW comics. Next up is the graphics and music, and honestly, I think the graphics and music are really well done. I played this game on the PS4, and everything looks beautiful. The biggest issue with the game's graphics, however, is the pop-in, and I will admit, I only ran into really one glitch during a side mission with Knuckles, which I'll show on screen. Hey, look at that. Sonic has a faker. As for the soundtrack, the orchestral stuff is okay, but the vocal tracks rock. Undefeatable is an absolute gem of a song that really highlights the battle that Sonic is fighting with the Titans, and also Dear Father. This is a song that plays in the credits, and it's beautiful. You instantly understand what the song's about. It's about the relationship between Sage and Eggman, and it's just a beautiful piece of music. Then you also have Nate Wants to Battle, who finally gets to appear in a Sonic game, and congratulations for the guy. I've been listening to his music since middle school, so him finally appearing in a Sonic game is really awesome, and the song is pretty good. Then you have the infamous song, Vandalize, because this is a song where it drops the F-bomb in a Sonic game. Unfortunately, that part of it was cut out. Really disappointed, but hey, it's still funny. Next up is the gameplay. Sonic is able to do the homing attack like he usually can, as well as the drop dash for whatever reason. And there's also the boost coming back, but after it depletes, you need to wait until it recharges in order to use it again. Also, if you collect all the rings, you actually get a reference to the Sonic movie, as well as infinite boost until you take damage. Next up is the newest ability that Sonic adds to his arsenal, the loop. By going in a loop, Sonic is able to collect rings, items, and also damage enemies, and mini-bosses in the Starfall Islands. There's also a skill tree to add to Sonic's abilities, like making his combos a lot faster and stronger because this game is a lot more combat focused. And, of course, the counter. By using it at the right time, you're able to counterattack enemies and do a lot of damage. There's also, by collecting Cocos and items, Sonic is able to level up his strength, speed, defense, and ring capacity. Another thing I want to mention about Sonic's gameplay is how there is costumes for Sonic, such as Monster Hunter and a Santa outfit, but I wish we got a little bit more. Like, I don't know, pull a Mario Odyssey and bring back old costumes of Sonic, like from Sonic Riders, Sonic and the Black Knight. You know, just be creative, Sega. And also how there are mini games, such as Pinball, Galaga, and the Big Fishing mini game. And honestly, I like the Big Fishing game. Sure, yes, you could say it's pointless, but compared to Sonic Adventure, this one actually serves a point because it can actually get items for you in order to progress the story faster, and also can help Sonic level up faster. So yeah, I don't mind the fishing mini game. Next up on the list is the hub worlds themselves. The Starfall Islands have 5 islands. 3 of them are just forest hub worlds. One of them is a destroyed mountain, and the other is Sand Hill from Sonic Forces. Now, while yes, 3 of them look nearly identical, I don't mind these hub worlds. I actually think they're pretty fun. For starters, I do like how there's a lot of enemies to fight against, and there's also other mini games in order to access more parts of the map. And while yes, they are rather simple, I do think they're fun. And also, the mini bosses are pretty cool. Mini bosses against stuff like Azora, Squid, Ninja, Shark, all of these are pretty fun to fight against, and I don't mind them. And I also just love the peaceful atmosphere that these hub worlds have to them. Next up is, Cyberspace. Now look, Cyberspace is a cool concept. You have Sonic going back through his memories. That could lead to so many stages being brought back from previous games, right? Right? Well, we get Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, Sky Sanctuary, and a city stage. That's all we get. Now, yes, they do take stage elements from previous Sonic games, but that doesn't take away from the fact that I would rather go through those stages again than go through Green Hill Zone for the 50th time. And you wanna know the worst thing? Is that we've been through Chemical Plant and Green Hill Zone in the last 3 Sonic Anniversary titles. And with Sky Sanctuary, we went through that again in Sonic Generations. So what is the point? I actually didn't mind the city one because it actually felt new and creative and was actually fun. I know, every other YouTuber has complained about this, but it's because it's an issue. I would rather have stages like, for example, Final Rush, Egg Fleet, Dragon's Road. Heck, I'll even take a stage from Shadow the Hedgehog being brought back, because at least that would have been original. But even so, Cyberspace is just okay at best. Next up is the boss fights. What makes them stand out from other games is how every boss in this game is a supersonic boss fight. Usually supersonic can be saved for the last one, but here all of them are, and this is the best supersonic gameplay we've ever gotten in the series. this makes you feel like you're Super Sonic. It feels like something straight out of Dragon Ball Z, and doing all these combos and finishers and also the quick time events feels incredible. These are an absolute blast to fight against. And you know what, the bosses themselves like Giganto, Wyvern, and even the Knight are incredible. Supreme was also a pretty fun boss fight that did have some challenge to it, and the boss fight against the End was an okay final boss. Admittedly, compared to the others, it is really disappointing outside of Sage's Sacrifice, but still, I think my favorite boss fight is actually Giganto and Wyvern because of how incredible it feels. My one issue other than the final boss is with the Knight, you need to get on a wheel in order to attack him at certain points. However, the wheel gameplay does feel a little bit janky, and if you get hit by a missile, you're kind of screwed. But other than that, the boss fights are really fun. Overall, Sonic Frontiers is a great return to form for Sega and Sonic, and it makes me excited for the future of the series, and I will be doing a video on the Sonic Frontiers DLC when it all comes out, because I really want to talk about the DLC storyline and new characters that they're adding. Now, I just want to say this. While I do love Frontiers, I would easily put it in my top 5 of the Sonic Ranked video, and it's easily in my top 10 favorite Sonic games right now. I just want to say, guys, I'm done talking about Sonic for a little bit on this channel. Now, yes, I do understand that my Sonic videos do get views, but at the same time, I just want to talk about other things. So please, if you're here for my Sonic content, please stick around for my other videos because they take a lot of time and energy to make, like this video. So overall, I hope you enjoyed this review. Sonic Frontiers is a great game, and next time we meet, I'll be taking a look at TMNT Shredder's Revenge. And please subscribe for more videos.